to 6th grade. Just kidding. But this is one of the best slideshows I've found that talks about Greek gods. You guys most likely are very familiar with the different Greek gods, which is super bomb. And I hate that I'm not there to go over this with you because you usually end up telling me some random facts that I still don't know after doing this for 10 years. Yeah, I just revealed that. Don't try to figure out how old I am. Okay, bye. All right, so what is Greek mythology? Ancient Greece shared stories called myths about the gods, goddesses, and heroes in which they believed in. So these were gods and goddesses that they worshipped as deities and believed to rule over certain areas of the Greeks' lives, right? So like you had a specific one that you prayed to for love, or that you made sacrifices for farming, and so on. So these exciting stories help explain natural phenomena that happened because science wasn't a thing. So earthquake, Poseidon, tsunami, Poseidon, great thunderbolts, Zeus. You see where I'm going with this? Okay, so why should we study it? Essentially, it's still relevant, guys. If you look at the Midas touch, that is specifically from King Midas. The Promethean board is Prometheus. If you look at the old symbol of it, it is a man carrying a torch, which Prometheus gave fire to the people, brought fire to humans, all right? There's so many things. You guys understood Percy Jackson because you learned about the Greek gods, right? They show up in plays, novels, TV shows. There's probably even books about them that you've read. So, who are these people and where do they live? They live on Mount Olympus. Cool. We're going to go through each of them pretty quickly. So we have Zeus. He's the big dog, right? At the top, most important. Zeus is the son of a Titan, right? So I don't know if you guys are aware of what Titans are, but Kronos was the baby Titan that decided he was going to eat all of his kids. And then Zeus is saved by his mother, who then cuts open his dad and saves all of his siblings. And hence we have all these people who are gods and are related. He is the god of sky, lightning, and thunder, carrying his thunderbolt as a symbol. He's married to Hera, his sister. We get it. We know that's a thing. And he has lots and lots of kids. Why? Because he can't be faithful. He nasty, all right? He likes to visit different people, and this is a bad thing because Hera is super jealous. And ironically, she's the protector of marriage and the home, right? She's associated with a peacock because she's super beautiful, and her and Zeus are always fighting. So an example is one time she was trying to catch Zeus cheating. She flies down to try to catch him with this lady, and Zeus turns homegirl into a cow. So that it looks like he's like, no, dude, I'm just out here in the pasture hanging out with a cow. No ladies here. And then that poor girl ends up staying a cow until her sister finds her and some magic happens. And you know how those stories go. So she is the queen of intriguers, a vindictive and jealous wife. She's also smarter than Zeus. Let's be real. How can you be married to the goddess of marriage and the home and still cheat on her? Stupid. All right, you have Poseidon. He is the god of the sea, probably someone you're more familiar with because of Percy Jackson. He has a great underwater palace. He has a water nymph as a wife. He was also a great wanderer and fathering hundreds of children. You like that phrasing? He's a difficult god, quarrelsome, but he does create many sea creatures and also invented the horse for his sister Demeter, who he loved a lot, all right? Then you have Hades, another one you're probably familiar with. He's the jealous brother to Zeus and Poseidon. He makes Persephone his wife, forcefully, doesn't let her choose. Persephone is the daughter of Demeter. This is a big deal because Demeter is the goddess of the harvest. So this is how they explain the seasons, right? While Persephone lives with her new husband Hades, we have fall and winter. And then when she comes back, we have spring and summer, and hence why the stuff grows at that time. Poseidon is very violent. He's very possessive. The underworld is also different than what we think of the underworld being. The underworld is where everyone goes in Greek mythology. Everyone in the Greek society believed they went to the underworld. So it is different in that way. Demeter who's the goddess of corn and the harvest. She is credited with being the reason things grow, right? So I pretty much just explained how that functions. When her daughter is gone, things don't grow. When she comes back, they do. And AKA Persephone's dad is Zeus. So another example of him having many children. You have Hestia, who's essentially irrelevant to most things. She's the goddess of the hearth. She's really sweet, really cool, and I can't think of a single time I've ever read a reference about her in anything. Then you have Athena, who is the goddess of wisdom, justice, war, civilization, and peace. Homegirl is on top of it, right? She is Odysseus' godmother. She looks after him. She is great at strategizing. She was thought to have been born full grown out of the head of Zeus. He had a splitting headache. Ha ha. She teaches men to use tools, teaches the wife to spin and weave. That's why, she's associated with creating the spider. She is the most loved goddess on Olympus, and she hates Ares. Why? Because he's like hateful and vindictive, whereas she believes in strategy and being just and wise, right? The Greek city of Athens is named after her, and just in case you didn't know that. Then you have Apollo, who is the sun god, god of music, poetry, wisdom, light, and truth. He is the god of the healing arts and medicine. He drives his chariot across the sky to pull the sun. He has a twin brother. No, he has a twin sister, Artemis. And they credit Apollo with being the most handsome god. I don't know that Zeus would like that, though. We have Artemis, who is the goddess of the woods, moon, and the hunt. She is a twin sister of Apollo, whose mother was Leto and father was Zeus. She is a chaste huntress. She rules over the untamed places of the earth. Then we have Dionysus, okay? Dionysus is really interesting. He is said to be the only god on Olympus with a mortal parent. So what do you guys call that? A demigod. And his creation of wine brings ecstasy and drunkenness to his revelers, right? Essentially, he is every year the Greeks have a festival where they celebrate Dionysus. They shut down all of the working, all of the training for wars or anything crazy going on, and they go and celebrate plays and art and music. And so he is a big deal, right? This says much of the ancient world's greatest poetry was created in his honor, and there you have it. Ares is the cruel god of war. He is ruthless and murderous and really loses a lot, okay? He's a coward who flees battle. Lame. He's also someone who roams the earth along with grief, strife, panic, and terror, so things that incite fear into people or unrest. We have Hephaestus, who is my fave. Why does he have this? Why is he like this? Well, when he was born, Hera thought he was very ugly, so they threw him off of Mount Olympus. He doesn't live there, and it ended up hurting his leg, and that's where he is. So he is he's the god of the forge, right? So he makes tools and jewelry, and guess who he is married to? Aphrodite. Why? Because Zeus is like, oh, I got to pick someone good for her because she is the goddess of love and beauty. So what's going to be ironic? Let's marry her to Hephaestus. Not to stop her from still being very close friends with Ares. Gross. So you know her as the goddess of love, and that's pretty much all you need to know. She also, because she was judged to be the most beautiful of all the goddesses on Mount Olympus by Paris, the other goddesses envied her, and that's relevant because of the Trojan War. We have Hermes, who is the god of missions and messenger god. So he has his cute little winged shoes. He carries messages, and there's that. That's it, guys. Hopefully that helped. And if there's something cool that you know, please share.